Okay, look, everyone's saying LSU is running it back in 2026. They're number one in every preseason poll. They've got the best coach in the country. But here's what nobody's talking about. UCLA might actually be more loaded right now, and Texas just proved it belongs in the SEC. We're diving into why preseason number one has basically never worked out, and spoiler alert, it's about to matter a lot more than ESPN thinks. Let's go deeper into the rankings. We're going to start with the defending champions, LSU. They had a perfect record in Omaha last June. Jay Johnson's got 2 national championships in the last 3 years, which, let's be real, is insane. He's a master builder. The guy reloads faster than anyone, and yes, they're the number one team in the country heading into 2026. But here's the thing about being preseason number one. Everyone's got your scouting report. Every team knows what you're doing. You lost 9 players to the MLB draft last year, including your most outstanding player from Omaha. That's production you've got to replace through the portal and the draft board. You can do it. Jay Johnson proved it in 2023 and 2025. But can you do it 3 years running? That's the real question. LSU's got talent, obviously, but they're not invincible, and the fact that everyone thinks they are, that's actually working against them. Now, here's where it gets interesting, though. UCLA. They're not talked about the same way. They're not in the SEC. They're in the Big Ten. They're early into the conference after leaving from the Pac-12. But if you actually look at who's returning to play college baseball next season, UCLA brought back more proven talent than literally any program in the country. Rock Chalowski is sitting there as a potential first overall pick. That guy had one of the best offensive seasons in UCLA history, hitting .353 with 23 home runs. He won Player of the Year in the Big Ten and the Defensive Player of the Year award. He was the first player in UCLA history to do both in the same year. And he won the Brooks Wallace Award for the top shortstop in America. That's elite. But here's the kicker. He's staying for 2026. He's not leaving early. He's coming back to build his draft stock even more. UCLA also made the College World Series last year. So you've got battle-tested guys, proven arms, and team. This is a team that knows what it takes to win in June. That matters more than people think. But you can't forget about Texas. 44 wins in their first SEC year. They won the conference's regular season title. No one expected that. Jim Schlossnagle comes in and boom, first team to ever win the SEC title in their inaugural year since 1933. That's real. That's proven on the field. They're hungry. They're talented. They belong in this conversation. And when you put Texas in the mix with UCLA and LSU, suddenly the field doesn't look so clear anymore. All right, so here's the data that actually matters. LSU started the 2023 season as a preseason number one, and they won the national championship that year. But look at what happened after that. LSU was preseason number 2 heading into 2025, and they still won it all. So they've won multiple championships regardless of whether they're ranked exactly 1 or 2 going in. But flip it the other way. Tennessee in 2024, national champions. But they weren't preseason number 1. Ole Miss in 2022 won the whole thing as preseason number 7. Vanderbilt in 2019, they were preseason number 1 in some polls, but the point is, being ranked first in November doesn't guarantee anything in June. The pattern is clear. Preseason rankings are guesses. Good guesses, but guesses. They don't account for injuries, they don't account for chemistry or momentum. Who's hot in June versus who's hot when the season starts in January. Baseball doesn't care what the preseason poll says. That's why UCLA, Texas, and Tennessee, these teams that aren't universally praised as number 1, could all absolutely still win it all in Omaha. So LSU's the favorite. They deserve that ranking. Jay Johnson's the best. The Tigers are talented, and I'm not saying they're not winning it. I'm saying betting your entire championship on preseason rankings is how you miss the real story. UCLA should absolutely make Omaha. Texas could peak at exactly the right time. Tennessee's got a veteran roster. Arkansas is massive, and somewhere there's a team that nobody's talking about that's going to be making a run in June. That's why we're here. We're going to break down every conference, every team, every storyline over the next 6 months, because the deeper you look, the more you realize the picture title isn't as clear as ESPN wants you to believe. If you actually care about college baseball, not just who the talking heads say is going to win, but could win, subscribe. We're dropping conference previews every single week. Now get the notification bell. See you in the next one.